Hello, this is Yash Mehta, and this is my video explaining my programming and how it worked for our final project in CSE 106. My partner Josh and I decided to create 2048, a very popular game that's been on the App Store and Google Play for a very long time, and we were both pretty interested in the game beforehand, so making the game was a lot of fun because we were able to do something that we both found to be interesting. The game requires a lot of strategy and everything, so it makes it all the much more better. So to start off, we do have the splash screen. It features 2048 the game, and it tells that it's the final project. The whole game was created in JavaScript as we're using the con environment. It gives the instructions on how to play, such as combining the like tiles, ultimately creating the 2048 tile, which is the purpose of the game. If there's no room left on the screen, the game will conclude and it will say try again, a feature that we entered into the game. And then once you make it to 2048 tile, the game has been won. And we do have the start button that navigates us into the main game. And what makes this game more interesting is that we used the case functions, or cases, that allows us to use the arrow keys to play through the game instead of using the mouse. And that was very interesting. It wasn't taught in the class, but it was something that we were both had knowledge on before, because I personally took a coding class before this in high school, and it was taught then in the regular Java. So then it was just something we implemented, and it turned out to work much better. So as you can see, the purpose of the game is I'm combining numbers that are like. So the 2 with the 2, and then the 4's combined. 2 8s, they'll give you the 16. 16's combined, that gives you 32. So on and so forth. And the game will go on until, as mentioned before, until someone hits 2048. And the game does take a long time to go all the way through, because combining the numbers isn't all that simple. And we do have the score constantly being added and calculated due to functions and loops that we created throughout. Also the attempts, same exact thing. We used it in loops to constantly go through the code and understand that once the requirements are made through functions, it can allow it to read that code and then constantly increment it every time something occurs. So I'm just going through this game little by little and showing how it works. So essentially I will stop trying to play, because if I try to get to 2048, this video will be forever long. So I'll intentionally try to mess up the game a little bit here, so then you're able to see the try again feature that we put in here. It's not working too well. We are doing pretty good here. Alright, perfect. So as mentioned in the second instruction on our main page, on our splash screen, the title stage, it shows that when there's no room left, it says try again. Otherwise the game constantly goes. So there was a lot of interesting features we put throughout the game, and the functionality of the game will be explained in my second video, which will be scrolling through the code and making ends meet here. Thank you very much for watching the 2048 game in action.